So good afternoon, people. Well, good afternoon. It's actually just after 6 o'clock in the evening. It's Saturday, it's the 9th of September, and we are at Cockshot, which is a little dike. Steve will maybe show you it in a bit. It's a little dike, it's nice and safe. We're away down at the back, we're away from all the holiday makers. And I've got a request this week. Somebody asked me, could I show them how to do the perfect pork chop? Well, there's many ways of doing pork chops, but I'm going to show you one way tonight, and maybe some other time I'll show you another delicious way of doing pork chops. But I'm just going to pan fry this pork chop, and I'm going to make a nice little sauce to go with it, which has got garlic, shallots, stock, cream, just a nice little sauce to serve with it. I would have put some calvados in it, but I haven't got any. But anyway, let's start with the pork chops. Important thing with the pork chop, as you can see, I've gone to a butcher's. I haven't bought them from a supermarket out of a plastic packet. And I've bought good size pork chops. Now they're a lovely pork chop. And the first thing I'm going to do, people, is, what is it you want? Is there something wrong? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trim these pork chops down a little bit, and I have sharpened my knife. So I'm just going to take some of this. I'm just going to take some of this fat off, because we certainly don't want it all. But this outside bit, as you know, is the rind, and we certainly don't want the rind. But I'm taking some of the fat off as well. So there you go, that's nicely trimmed, nice and lean. And as there's two of us, we've got two pork chops. Now these were from a very good butcher in Stalham. I'll give him a mention. I don't know what the name of that butcher's is, begins with a C, Crockies or something, but he's an excellent butcher. So if you're ever on the Norfolk Broads, anybody watching this vlog, and you want to go somewhere to get some really nice meat, the butchers at Stalham is really excellent. In fact, we're very lucky. Quite a few butchers round the Norfolk Broads are actually very good. There's a very good butcher at Wroxham, and there's a very good butcher at Achill. There's one in Horrid as well, isn't there? No. Can't remember, but certainly those places that I've said to you, that they're very good butchers. Now, these pork chops, by the way, are at room temperature. They've been out of the fridge for the best part of an hour. But one important thing you should do when you do a pork chop is you should season it and leave it for 10 minutes before you go on with the cooking. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to just season these pork chops. Like this. There you go. I'm going to turn them over, and I'm going to season the other side, and I'm then going to leave them for 10 minutes, and I shall come back to you when I go about pan frying them. So if you have been, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you when I get back in about 10 minutes. So people, we're back after 10 minutes, and we're going to get on with these beautiful pan fried pork chops. Okay, I've got my pan here, and it has been on warming. Very important that you heat your pan up, and you're going to be surprised with the amount of oil I'm going to use, because I'll be honest with you, that is probably all I'm going to use. That's absolutely plenty. You don't need any more than that. Okay, and this is our two beautiful pork chops. What you do is you put them in now and you give them 90 seconds on each side. I'll just wash this plate up while I'm talking. Give it a little dry because I'm going to use it again. So yeah, you give it 90 seconds. You can give them a little bit of a push down like that, but really just leave them for 90 seconds. Now, after the 90 seconds on both sides, we want to set them on their sides and let the sides render down a little bit. Okay, and I'll show you when we come to doing it. And then for the next part, you put them in and give them 3 minutes on each side. And for a pork chop like that, this should be absolutely perfect. Now that will be slightly under, but the fallacy that you can't eat pork slightly under, you can good quality pork, if you know where it came from, you can do it medium or just slightly over medium, and it's much nicer, much more succulent. I probably wouldn't do it with supermarket pork, but pork I know where it's come from, I would. Okay, our 90 seconds is up, so I'm just going to get a fork and I'm going to turn that one and I'm going to turn that one and I'm going to give them another 90 seconds. Now to help you out, I'll tell you what I've done. I've explained this to you before. We're having some nice cabbage with it. So earlier on I prepared this cabbage and I brought some boiling water, salted water to the boil, and I put that cabbage in for about 90 seconds to 2 minutes. That was all. And then I took it out and I've got it beautiful and dry. And all I shall do is put a knob of butter in a pan and I shall stir fry that. I don't know what happened there. So I was saying I shall just stir fry that with some butter and black pepper. I've got my potatoes on here and they are just simmering away nicely and they'll take 20 minutes. And it should all then come together at the one time. Did you do my timer? Right, okay people, that's 90 seconds that side. Now what you want to do is you want to just get the pork chops and get them sitting on their side like that. A bit fiddly to do, but there you go. And I'm going to leave them like that for 4 or 5 minutes. So come back and see us at 4 or 5 minutes and I'll show you how to carry on, okay? So I'll see you when I get back. So welcome back people. Now I've give these 4 minutes on their side. And I shall just flip them back down. Look, they've got lovely and coloured. Now what I'm going to do now, you should always season pork chops twice. I'm going to give them another little season and I'm going to give them 3 minutes on each side, and I'm not going to put you through the pain and agony of all that, so I'll come back after the 6 minutes and show you the next stage. So see you when I get back. Okay people, we're back and I stupidly forgot to tell you, you add a large knob of butter when you go to this 3 minute aside frying. And then periodically just give them a little baste, just like so, 2 or 3 times through the cooking. That's all. But aren't they looking absolutely delicious? So these are nearly done. They've only got a few seconds to go, and I shall show you the next part of this vlog This was actually a request, by the way, from somebody who I can't remember their name on the Norfolk Broads network, asked me to do this. So you'll see this go up and you'll know it's for you. He didn't ask me to do the sauce. The sauce is my own choice. But right people, so they've had 3 minutes each side. Now what I'm going to tell you is that probably not cooked all the way through, but the resting time, that's the thing that'll just finish them off, is the time that they rest. So you just set that back on the plate like that, and just get your sauce, your cooking juices, and just put a nice spoonful of the cooking juice over them like that, okay? Okay, Steve, back over here. Now we'll get on with the sauce, okay? In this same pan, I've got some shallots in here, and I've got some garlic. That's very quick. So shallots and garlic going in the pan, heat going full up. As I said earlier, I would have used some Calvados, but I couldn't get any. So we're having it without any. We're having it without any alcohol. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Okay. There you go. Very quick sauce this. But absolutely delicious, goes with the pork beautifully. Just soften them up a little bit. What is the time now, Steve? 7:15. Yep, so that's perfect time. Okay. I've got some chicken stock here. I'm going to put in a little bit of chicken stock. You'll be amazed how quick this sauce is. Okay. And I've got some cream here. Very naughty. I'm going to put a big glug of cream in. There you go. I'll just put another wee splash in. And that's perfect. Let that come to the boil, and believe you me, that sauce is virtually done. Except my memory's cranking up today. A nice spoonful of Dijon mustard goes deliciously with the pork. Okay. Let that come to boil. This is a delicious recipe. It really is. It's a lovely recipe, this. Okay, I'm going to turn that down now. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back, I'm going to get a fork. I'm going to go back to my pork chops here. And I'm going to sit those pork chops and all the juices back in this pan. There you go. And I'm going to leave them in there for 4 minutes, and I shall turn them halfway through. So there you go. Doesn't that look absolutely... Pan in on that, Steve, let the people see it. Doesn't that look absolutely delicious?
It smells beautiful.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have a bit of a swap over. And I'm going to put that on there. No lid or anything. And what I shall do, in 4 minutes time, I shall come back and just show you the dish being finished off, okay? So I'll see you when I get back. Okay people, we're back and the dinner is just about done. The cabbage has been stir fried in a knob of butter and some black pepper. They've been sitting in there. Now the other thing people ask me is about serving food on plates. I don't profess to be an expert, but I'll show you a nice way to serve this. Put your potatoes on one end of the plate like that, and then put your cabbage on the other side like that. Okay, then get your pork chop and just sit your pork chop on there like that. Okay, and then get some of the lovely sauce and put it all over your lovely pork chop. And that is a delicious way to serve that dish. Just have a cloth handy. Any little bits of spills, just give it a wipe like that. Okay people, there you go. That is my perfect pork chops. If you've enjoyed the video, go down, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye. So people, we thought we would just pop back and tell you how the dinner was. Steve, I'll leave it to you.
It was absolutely exquisite. The pork was like steak.
It's just absolutely a delicious, delicious, delicious dish. You must give that a go, because I'll tell you, absolutely superb.
Outstanding.
So anyway people, that's all we came back to tell you. Thanks very much for watching if you have been, and we'll catch you on next week's vlog. Bye bye for now.